a day.
My question was, how long did you spend on this?
This one only a while
On this?
ago, adding the pop thing, and then verifying them. Maybe 2 hours.
So you did this. You did this yesterday, or you did this weeks ago?
I did little by little, and then when Alberto told me to add the pop items, I did it a while ago
Okay.
before the our session. Yes.
So the bottom line is that this is definitely completely wrong, and it is exactly what we talked to not do in the previous sessions, and it is a complete waste of time. I mean, spending 2 hours on this, it shouldn't take longer than like 5 minutes per worker, right? So if we have 5 workers, it should be like a half an hour, right?
Including all the ones that I typed for them to the what's that called? Including all
On
the
Discord?
Discord. Yeah,
So
on
the
Discord,
Discord
including
communication
all.
might take a little longer. It might be a little bit more involved with each person's a little different situation. So, but the actual work shouldn't take more than half an hour. So maybe the Discord might take a little bit more time depending on how the communication goes. But
Yes.
other than that, it should be like half an hour. But anyways, let's take a step back and get organized here. All right. So the first thing, let's go over the general steps. Okay. So I want to take a big step back, and I want to go over like this, the overall general steps. Overall general steps. So what is step 0?
Time to pause.
5-second pause. What is step 0? I'm talking about the responsibility
Step
organ.
0. Step 0.
Okay. Step 0.
Okay,
Okay.
step 0 is hello?
Yes.
Get links and information for the MBT that you are reviewing for the
No.
verification.
No. Step 0 for the responsibility. So just to remind ourselves, the responsibility is the worker involvement criteria verification. You put responsibilities in orange. All right, so we're just doing a quick review of the overall general steps. I'm not saying these are correct steps, but I'm just saying for a review of the overall general steps for the worker involvement criteria verification. Responsibility. Come on, guys. Come on. What is step 0 for every single responsibility, every single process?
Step 0.
Setup.
Setup.
Set up.
My goodness, that shouldn't take 5 minutes. Setup. All right. So then step 1 is,
Please, you guys should just excuse me like 5 minutes, please.
say what?
You guys should excuse me like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
So what is step 1? So overall, what would be step 1? Joyce, you there?
Yes. Yes,
What
yes.
is step 1? What would be step 1? Just overall general
Step 1 to get all the criterias needed. List all the criterias needed for verification.
Wouldn't that be part of the setup to make sure you have your criteria or not?
Mm, 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 mm.
So you're just saying getting the list. I mean, getting the list of criteria is just be part of the setup. The list already exists. You're just getting the list of the criteria. So that's just part of the setup, right? So what would be the actual work? What is the first thing you do to actually do the work? Let's just say
Time for breath.
All right, breath. You want to do the breath?
Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, relax.
So let's just say, you know, do criteria for criteria checklist for each worker. Okay, so in other words, get started on the work. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so then step 2 would be stop and get double, triple, quadruple check and verification. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mhm.
And then what would be step 3?
And then and start checking the links for verification.
No, that's step 1 or step 0. Step 0, step 1 is to get all the links, everything set up, all the criteria, everything's ready. You got your spreadsheet ready. And then step 1 is you do the checklist for each worker. You check off all the things for the workers of what they are and have not completed. Then you stop and you get everything double, triple, quadruple checked and verified. Okay, and then what is the third step? What do you do after you get everything verified?
Yeah. After you get verified, you now do the communications in Discord
Yeah.
for each worker.
Exactly. Communications in Discord. In Discord for each worker. And then maybe step 4 is like follow up and next step for future, right? So getting set up for the future, right? That's like the overall steps. Right? And obviously we can go into a lot of details in step 1 because that's all the criteria and that's the actual work. And so there might be more steps. But the point here is that the overall steps is get set up, do the checklist, stop, get everything double, triple, quadruple checked and verified, then do the communications, and then do the follow-up.
Okay.
Right? So did you do step 2?
No.
No. So that would be more policy tracking.
Time for pause.
Okay? Does that
Time
make sense?
for pause.
5-second
Yeah.
pause. All right. So let's go back to the previous notes from last month. And here we have the link to the old responsibility organizing.
The old one? Oh, wait.
Right, so we
Okay,
have the
this one.
worker involvement basic verification spreadsheet. So it just looks like everything got deleted. Is this one of those stupid things where like Alberto hides everything? Like everything's hidden? Is that the problem?
I don't know where he's hiding. How to unhide?
Yeah, this is the problem. He just hid all of the actual work that was supposed to be done. So I mean, Alberto does weird things with spreadsheets. He hides things instead of actually addressing them properly. So if something is not supposed to be on a spreadsheet, typically you would delete it. not just hide it. It doesn't make sense to hide everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that we need to address that as an issue. That how Alberto just hides things and you can't find them. The issue, hiding tabs, so no one can find them. Verifying that they should actually be hidden and or not deleted. So I think that hiding tabs should be equivalent to deleting things because you can't find them. If you can't find something, like you're basically deleting it for the rest of the team. Does that make sense? Or is anyone else able to see these tabs?
No.
No. Yeah. So
But
it's
you can see
basically
now, Jay?
what?
Time to
You can
stretch.
see now or not yet?
I don't know. I haven't. I can't see
Time
it.
to stretch.
All right, we're doing 30-second stretches.
Okay. Stretch.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. So I would propose that proposal. Not to vote on this now, but I'm just going to document that hiding tabs is equivalent to deleting information, because if workers can't find it, then it is equivalent to deleting. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's add that to our proposals, then we can vote on that later and we'll figure out what we want to do with that. All right, so let's see if we can figure out how to get these tabs back. Okay, so let's try
You told
data.
us before how. I don't.
Protected sheets and ranges, name sheets, name function, column stats, data verification, data connections, formatting, insert view hidden sheets. Okay, so how do we get them not hidden?
You told before, but I forgot.
Can you guys see
Filter
this one now or
views.
not?
No.
Try to refresh.
How about you? Ah, okay.
Can you see them now?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It's the same, right?
What?
I'm seeing ongoing basic criteria verification all.
So you can see them all
Initial
now?
basic yeah, I can see initial basic verification old. Yes, I
Ah,
can see that.
okay, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Inactive
There's
member
old
old,
now,
worker
and
criteria old. Yeah.
then then there's initial, inactive.
Time to pause.
5-second pause. So I'm not sure which one of these ones is the one we did last time, but that's what I worked on last time. So this is literally 1 month ago. And I went through every single column and made sure that it was all verified and correct, and that all the correct details were covered. And now it's all gone. So it's very frustrating that everything got changed around and we can't find it anymore.
I think Jay, you are talking about the verification of the MBT and POP where you work on it.
For the budget?
You see,
Mhm.
yeah, for the budget. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I think
possible.
you were
So it's
telling
not
us.
verification for the budget.
Yes, yeah. Well, line one, line five. I mean, line five. When you press that link, um, you can see that there's POPs and then MBT docs and then there's POPs for budget.
Okay. So let's note that down. So could be confusion between the POP verification for budget and
Yeah.
worker involvement criteria verification. So the main thing for me is just like, what was the verification for last time?
For last one, it was the worker criteria.
Okay, but where is the work? It just doesn't exist, right? Is that what we're saying? There's nothing from the previous month?
It's the same spreadsheet.
Yeah, I think it's the same. They just update every month. We update the same
Okay.
spreadsheet.
So basically, Jay, I just added these items of the POP, well, the A to O, because yeah, I said to add it. That's the only change here that I did.
Time for breath.
Breath.
Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now exhale, relax.
All right, so on line 75, I'm trying to list the goals that we went over last time and see if they match our new goals or the current goals here. So this is list of goals from last time. So let's take a look at the worker involvement. So we're looking for the responsibility organizing. Okay, so it looks like the goals were updated. So I think front page out deadlines. Okay, so I feel like maybe what we need to do is on these steps, right? That we can add a step in here
Mhm.
before we check the criteria list for each worker. We do need to prioritize, because like if you look at the guideline here on the responsibility organizing, there's a guideline that talks about prioritizing the various policies and add and remove as needed, right? So we definitely want to be prioritizing all of these criteria and making sure we're focusing on what we actually want to follow through with so that it is clear. So I'll put that here on line 85, which is making sure we prioritize. So we'll make that step 1. Would be prioritize the list of criteria, right? And then step 2 would be get the priority criteria verified and agreed. Right? So we just want to make sure that we are, let's just say verified, right? Verified by management / executive or whatever.
Time to pause.
5-second pause. So anyways, I think we should add that step in because the goal would be to make sure we're actually prioritizing something that actually matters, and then do a cutoff. So prioritize list of criteria and set a cutoff for what gets applied. Let's review. So the other thing the thing that's like directly against the POP criteria is the POP criteria, and doing the POP verification is a completely separate process from doing the worker involvement verification. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's a
Yes.
separate.
What?
So it's a separate one.
A separate responsibility entirely, right? So POP verification should not be part of worker involvement criteria verification. So basically, you want to make sure that everyone's POP has been verified properly, and if the POPs have not been verified properly, then somebody needs to do the POP verification responsibility. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's separate from this worker criteria.
Well, it's still part of it. Obviously, we need to make sure and verify that everybody's POP is correct, right?
Oh, okay.
But you're not verifying, you're not actually doing the POP verification responsibility. It's a separate responsibility,
Mm-mm.
right?
Yes.
So if no one's going through and verifying the POPs, then that's a problem, and then that's what the criteria is for. You get it?
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah, it's still part because we have to still verify the POP.
Yeah, but if you're going
I
to
think
verify someone's POP, how do you do that? How would you start verifying someone's POP?
Need
By going
the responsibility organizing.
For what?
for the POP and POP verification.
Okay, but what would you ask for? What would be the question that you would ask if you were interested in doing the POP verification responsibility?
What you will ask? Can I take this
Time to take a
responsibility?
break.
I couldn't hear you. Say again?
Can I take this? I want to step up for this responsibility, and can I have the responsibility organizing?
Link, right? The
Link,
responsibility
link,
link.
link, link.
Okay, yeah. The responsibility organizing linking for the POP verification itself, right? Which is totally separate from the worker involvement criteria. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how long should it take to do POP verification? Like, let's call this detailed POP verification, right? How long should that take per worker?
Per worker?
5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it sounds about right. You know, so maybe let's just say 5 to 15 minutes, depending on the worker, right? It's about 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
how long should worker involvement criteria verification take
Hmm.
per worker?
Worker involvement criteria per worker. Maybe with all the
10
other
15
criteria,
minutes.
so maybe like 20 minutes.
No,
Yeah, 20 minutes.
maybe
Per
like
worker.
5 minutes.
Because there are many more other
5
criteria.
to 10 minutes.
Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes max.
Huh?
5 to 10 minutes max.
Per worker?
Yes.
Per worker.
right? So
Because
it's
the
not,
other one is already separate. Okay. Because I
it's
included.
separate. Exactly. You're not supposed to include it because it's
Because,
not part of it.
Okay.
yes, yes. I included. Okay. Okay.
So where does detailed POP verification come in, right? There's 3 different types of POP verification. What are the 3 types of POP verification?
It's pops for worker criteria, right? And pops for
No,
budget.
no. There is no worker criteria POP verification. Worker
Ay, oo nga
criteria
pala.
POP.
Pops for budget. Pops for
Yes, so you're going
Yeah.
to do POP verification for budget, correct? And what else?
Jurisdiction.
No, jurisdiction is not a thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Res- responsibility.
verification. Budget, pop.
What?
Um,
The
Can you
MBT.
include responsibility?
I didn't hear you, Ma. Say again.
I'm saying, can we include the responsibility? The
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, so the other one, since you guys don't know it, is for POP verification for recruitment. So this is called the initial POP verification.
okay.
Initial POP verification for the recruitment process. I'll write here the process. So the first process is recruitment. The second process is the budget. What is the detailed POP verification part of? Where do you do detailed POP verification? What is that part of?
when you're doing the
So be part of like onboarding / training stage 5. That's 6, right?
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, let's
Yes.
take our rest of our break. So we get, I guess, just like 2 minutes. Let's do 2 or 3 minute break here.
yes.
And then, yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know, or maybe we'll end up on upfront pay stop, but we definitely need to fix this because this is a big problem. And very unfortunate since we spent so much time on it last time and then we're just not even doing it again. It's just really sad. So let's take a break.
Okay.
Okay. Jay, you're recording.
Yes.